Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to teach you guys the 5 easy steps to carving a cake. Regardless of what kind of cake you're carving, be it a car, a laptop, a bag, a shoe, a puppy, whatever kind of cake, these are the easy steps to carving a cake successfully. And towards the end of this video, I'm going to give you guys a bonus step that helps me get my carved cake perfect every single time. So if you want to see how that is done, watch this video to the end. So guys, the first thing is to work with very cold cakes. You have to work with refrigerated cakes. I'm not talking about frozen cakes, I'm talking about refrigerated cakes. Which means once your cakes are cold, you can put them in the fridge for maybe 2-3 hours, let them get really cold, you get. Or when you bring them out of the oven, you can put them straight in the freezer or in the fridge so they can get really cold. That way, when you're carving your cake, the crumbs will come out easily. You won't carve and then have to break out some parts of the cake, and then you have to be looking for how to fix it. So the most important part is to work with very cold cakes. So guys, the next step is to torch and stack your cake in the required shape. So in my case, I'm making a teddy bear cake. So I baked two 6-inch cakes and then one 8-inch cake and slice them into 2 layers each. So I'm going to stack the 2 first, and then I'm going to stack the 8 inches on top of the 6-inch and then the 6-inch on top of the 8-inch, because I want to create the shape of a teddy bear, which the bottom is kind of smaller and the middle is kind of fatter, while the top is a little slimmer that goes up to the head. Do you understand? So you should stack your cake in the required shape, the shape you want your cake to be, whether you're making a bag or you're making a shoe. In my case, I was supposed to use all of these cakes, but then I realized that it would be easier and my teddy bear would look way better if I used just these 5 layers instead of the 6. So guys, instead of using all 6 layers, we're going to use just 5 because we want our cakes to be stable. We don't want promised at the beginning of this video to give you guys a bonus step that helps me get my cake perfect every single time. So this is it. So every time I make a cake, a carved cake, maybe a teddy bear, a bag, a shoe, a puppy, whatever cake it is, I make the main cake in cake. And then I make the accessories, the other parts of the cake, in styrofoam or in fondant. Alright, that way it helps you like have a more stabilized cake. Some parts won't fall off because they are too heavy. For example, for this teddy bear cake, the head is a styrofoam. I bought a regular styrofoam, those normal ones you use to star cakes, and then I shaped it with a knife. Like I carved it into the shape of the head of a teddy bear. Did you get? That way the head is not too heavy for the body to hold. That way when my customer is carrying it, the cake head won't fall off because it's too heavy to be on top of the cake. Do you guys understand? So for this cake, I'm going to make the arms, the legs, the ears, the accessories, the other parts of the teddy bear and fondant. And if you notice, I'm using different colors of fondant, and that is because usually when I have a cake like this, sometimes I have like already made fondants that maybe remnants from some other person's cake that they were colored a particular color and I couldn't use it for some other person's cake. So what I like to do is put those remnant fondants together and then use it to make the accessories of my cake that will be covered. Because at the end of the day, you're not going to see these colors because I'm going to cover it in pink buttercream because it's a pink teddy bear and it's going to have pink fur. So you're not going to see any of those colors. So this is what I do with my remnant fondants. I don't throw them away. What I do is I mold them together and use them to form the accessories or the parts of a cake that will eventually be covered. Hope you understand. So guys, the last and final step of this cake is to stabilize the cake. And that's because we don't want any part of the cake to fall off. We don't want it to shift and we don't want it to crumble under its own weight. So usually I use straws, but today I'm going to put a few straws inside the layers to hold it together and cut the excess off. And then I'm going to put a dowel in the middle, and that dowel, we're not going to cut off the excess on top. We're going to use the excess to stick on the head of the cake. So after that, our cake is stable and it's not going to move. It's just going to stay in place even after delivery until the person cuts it. So now we're going to attach other parts of the cake, the ears, the eyes, and other beautiful part of the cake, and then cover in buttercream, and voila, we have our perfect cake covered in pink buttercream. So thank you guys for watching, and I hope you learned a thing or two, and I'll see you in my next video.